Previously, in the anime, the 6th Squadron visited to meet with Kyouka, but Yaochi was making fun of her little sister too much. So Kyouka had no options left but to challenge 6th Squadron for a friendly competition, so Himari copied Kyuka's slave-making ability to participate in it to use Yuuki. But she didn't understood that after she uses Yuuki as a slave in a battle, she had to reward him, and it could be anything, a kiss, or even a more naughty thing, nonetheless. Even after finding out how naughty the rewards can get, Himari still wanted to defeat Yaochi, so she used Yuuki in her match to defeat her and prove to Yachiho that she is not weak, but after that, when she was in the kitchen giving rewards to Yuuki, Tsuruga heard and saw everything and understood that Himari and Kyouka had to reward Yuuki because of the side effects of the slave magic. So she planned to win in her match against Sahara to show Yuuki that she's also strong. She wants to impress Yuuki and want to get reward for winning the match. So this time it was a fight against both heavy-duty fighters, and Tsuruga and Sahara were hand-to-hand fighters. They weren't using their powers at first to see the skill set of each other. But Sahara had enough of it and Tsuruga lumps in size, and Sahara used her boost powers, so Tsuruga had a disadvantage because of the size, and that's how Sahara punched her in the guts. But Tsuruga didn't want to give up. She had this feeling she's unsure and remembers how her friends used to tell her to get a boyfriend, but at time she wanted to experience something challenging, so she joined Demon Defense Forces, but now things have changed after Yuuki arrived here. She wanted to have Yuuki as her boyfriend, so she pushed herself to the limit to become humongous to crush Sahara, and this time Tsuruga got her and smashed her to the ground, and with that, the match seemed to be over, but Sahara had the ability to move even if she gets unconscious, and that even makes her more powerful than before, so the outcome got flipped and Tsuruga lost. Their Gine patched Tsuruga up with her healings, but Tsuruga's upper clothes were ripped up, but losing was much more depressing, so she left to get changed. She was heartbroken because she wanted to impress Yuuki, so Yuuki gets to her room to console her. He cheered her up and pulled her out of depression. So she tells Yuuki to close his eyes and she comes out and kissed him. That caught him off guard, but she holds off from proposing to him until she gets to fall in love with him more. But away from there, Nei saw those humanoid Shuki from far sight, and one of them told Nei that they are coming to attack them, and just as she told that, her companion gets there and broke the barrier in a single shot, so everyone gets into the battle, and their Himari was the first to come across Rairan. So Yachiho saved her from the thunder hit he casted, so Yachiho signals Himari as she got a plan and sends her to ride on Yuuki. It was the first time Yuuki had to handle two masters at the same time, but powers from two master evolved Yuuki into an even more powerful monster. This time he felt somehow that even he could use that ranged weapon her sister uses, so he completely wiped out a horde of Shuki, and meanwhile, Tenka gets to Yachiho while she was holding Rairan. And she single-handedly wiped out his Shuki hordes, and challenges Rairan for a one-on-one match. And now it's time for a commander-level showdown. Tenka was totally cool and Rairan used an attack on her, but her gate ability was a real deal that she evaded every attack. Plus she used a black hole to injure Rairan, so he simply wanted to go all out, but Tenka again used her gate to transport Rairan into the air. And then she used a huge black hole to wipe that Rairan out of existence. She's a beauty with powers, a real dangerous combo, and Yuuki saw firsthand the power of the other leader of the squadron. And Kyouka had the dream to become the chief of the Demon Defense Force, but that dream of her felt really far-fetched after seeing Tenka, and for some reason Tenka got her sights set on Yuuki. After that they had a meeting in the hall, and their Nei apologized for not noticing this attack sooner, but both commander cheered her up. But their Tenka gets to Yuuki to praise him, but gonna also get there to have an autograph. As for the Azuma sisters, Himari thanked Yachiho for saving her back there. So Yachiho again acted cool to bring Himari back home to train her, but Himari declines the offer and chooses to stay at 7th Squadron. That broke her heart. So now 6th Squadron returns back to their dorms, and as soon as that, it was the reward time. This time Yuuki wished to have a bath, and his masters, Himari and Kyouka, had to wash him really nice. Again, the rewards are too good, but I'll have to leave it out of the video. So, after that, Nei drew the pictures of the girls she saw with her far sight, but they were different from Aoba. So thinking that Yuuki goes back to sleep, but Tenka got there and surely she wants to do something, but thankfully she didn't kidnap the guy, and the next day they went to 6th Squadron's dorms. Kyouka wanted to discuss this humanoid Shuki matter with Tenka, so Yuuki thought of helping around the dorms with some chores, but washing up clothes was hard to do. Because they were all girls' clothing, But even so, he did the job and thought of delivering the clothes to their room. Then he wanted to give out Yachiho's clothes, but she wasn't in the room. So Yuuki thought of putting it inside, but her room was filled with Himari's photos, so Yuuki knew pretending he didn't see anything would be the best choice. But when he came out in the living room, he saw Sahara was fast asleep in the couch, and even in her half-sleep state, she strangled Yuuki and knocked him out. That's the wrestler's soul. So after waking up, everything went back to normal. And he saw Himari was watching her sister Yachiho in the gym, so Sahara pushed Himari to get along with Yachiho, and in the meantime, both commander were discussing about the Shuki humans. But Tenka still felt that Rairan she thought she killed isn't dead, and her feelings were true as Shikoku pulled him out before he got sucked into the black hole. So Shikoku plans to wait and assess the power of Commander and gather all the 8 Shuki humans to attack Demon Defense Forces. Aside from them, after the meeting was done, Tenka gets blonde and asks Kyouka to give her Yuuki. But unfortunately, that is where our video comes to an end, but stay tuned to watch the next part of this anime, and if you haven't seen the previous 5 episodes of this anime, then go to the playlist section on my channel, and find the name Chain Soldier. So watch the previous 4 episodes if you haven't seen. So until then, take care.